The strength of a nation's currency is based on the strength of that nation's economy. And the American economy is by far the strongest in the world. Accordingly, I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators. I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States. Now, what is this action, which is very technical, what does it mean for you? Let me lay to rest the bugaboo of what is called devaluation. If you want to buy a foreign car or take a trip abroad, market conditions may cause your dollar to buy slightly less. But if you are among the overwhelming majority of Americans who buy American-made products in America, your dollar will be worth just as much tomorrow as it is today. The effect of this action, in other words, will be to stabilize the dollar.
But first, we gotta understand that the only reason why we did this in 1971 is because the foreign countries were going to drain our gold. Okay, they were going to drain it. Yes, until August 15, 1971. No, after Nixon closed the gold window, never allowed since 1933. So, could cash dollars. Okay, only the country's foreign central banks lost the ability to cash the dollars. So this is a very important key, because them losing the ability for, you got to understand, think how much money they had in that gold that they've lost the ability to cash in now. Okay, they're like, oh, this money's locked up, people. This money is locked up and it can't move anywhere. So you got to understand that they can't just lock up all the money and not give the ability for these foreign countries to get their money into something else. Okay, but the thing is we're not going to give them the ability to drain our gold. So we have to figure out something. Okay, so we make a silent deal with Saudi Arabia. When oil becomes the new anchor for the dollar. The petrodollar deal, 1973 to 1974, October 1973. Yom Kippur War, Arab, OPEC nations, embargo, oil to U.S. and allies, oil prices quadruple from $3 to $12 a barrel. U.S. Kissinger and Nixon makes a secret deal with Saudi Arabia. Your price oil in U.S. dollars and invest your profits in U.S. treasuries will give you military protection. All OPEC countries follow. Oil must be bought in U.S. dollars. So look where they can now move that money that was locked up from the money that they said, hey, you can't cash out your money into gold, but hey, you know what? You can now cash out that money that we have dormant. You can go ahead and put that into, you can go ahead and just buy and sell oil with that money. Okay, that we'll just settle with that. All right. So just.
But this signing is a coin conference, and at this time and at that time, crypto builders and founders were under relentless assault by the Biden administration, which was trying to crush your industry and crush you as people and go after your families. And they were a vicious group of people. You know, people don't realize it. They would bring back American liberty and leadership and make the United States the crypto capital of the world, and that's what we've done. And under the Trump administration, this is only going further. You're going to do really well. I mean, I'm so proud. Great to be with you. Let me say, the entire crypto community, for years, you were mocked and dismissed and counted out. You were counted out as little as a year and a half ago. But this signing is a massive validation. And even before this signing, over the last year, year and a half, I think your stuff has gone up more than any stock, or just about more. A couple of stocks that were pretty good, I will say. But you have certainly, as an industry, gone up more than anybody. Nobody's gained the respect in such a short period of time. But this signing is a massive validation of your hard work and your pioneering spirit and your ability to never give up, because a lot of people would have given up 2-3 years ago. So I want to thank you for contributing to the incredible strength of America. This is going to make it stronger, and congratulations on this incredible achievement. You've made our dollar look really good and strong and powerful. It's good for the dollar and it's good for the country. And that's why I backed you at an early stage. And I also did it for the votes, because you did come out and vote, I will tell you.
Learning more at this hour of President Donald Trump and the creation of a strategic crypto reserve. And I do want to put up this post on Truth Social of this, the latest from Truth Social from the president, saying a U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the presidential working group to move forward on crypto strategic reserve, including some very key cryptocurrencies. I will make sure the U.S. is the crypto capital of the world. We are making America great again. Also,
consumers, vendors, and people all over the world will then be able to use those stable coins for ultra low cost transactions that are cleared and settled in a matter of seconds rather than weeks and months. And it's really an amazing flexibility and decentralization of cash. This revolution has the potential to supercharge American economic growth and empower billions of people to save and transfer in U.S. dollars. It's really all backed by the dollars. It's really a great thing. And a lot of, we had a lot.
But as you look to the coming year, okay, is it getting just a little rich, perhaps, if you're somebody who's not in already?
I mean, I guess as we're talking about technology here, and Liz just showed us all these major innovations that are coming. Yeah. No, there are incredible things that are coming. We've got the most pro-crypto president right now in the United States, 60% of Congress that's on board. This is the moment right now in history where this is the ChatGPT moment for crypto, right? Where it's now coming out to the next level. And Ripple, XRP, is going to be probably the highway that most of the financial systems are going to be driving through here in the future. It will not be Bitcoin.
Another one you like is Ripple. Mm-hmm. You said it is the coin to be looking at right now.
Absolutely.
Why?
Okay, so Ripple actually was the second largest coin prior to the SEC's investigation of them. They did this really weird lawsuit against them, and basically the Ripple's going to be the track that everything's going to be running on in the future. So they created their own stable coin right now.
Okay.
And Bank of America, like I said, they were doing 100% of their internal transactions. They've got 83 different patents on it, and there's some incredible stuff that's going to be coming out. So
the cynics, though, tell me, only put as much in this space as you're willing to lose. Effectively, as of now, some people say it feels like a casino. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with that?
The best example I have is this. Don't not get involved with something. Do whatever you would do for a nice weekend away with your spouse.
Okay.
And instead of doing that weekend, maybe put that in crypto. Here's what I'll tell you. 3 to 5 years from now, you either made some real money or you just lost one weekend together. Not a big deal.
I know, but I could have had that vacation,
you
right,
could have
David?
Vacation, or you made your retirement.
I will correct one thing right out of the gates. Ripple did not actually issue XRP. The XRP ledger is an open source, decentralized technology, not dissimilar than Bitcoin. And some of the creators of the XRP ledger actually had been early engineers that worked on Bitcoin, and they saw some of the scalability problems that Bitcoin was likely to have, the speed, both from an energy consumption, cost, some of the other problems, and they wanted to build a better digital asset to solve some of these problems.
1973 to 1974, dollar tied to oil via Saudi and all OPEC deal petrodollar system. Foreign countries now had to hold dollars to buy energy. Do you understand that? It moved from gold to energy. Okay? And what I'm saying is right now, They're currently, we're losing, they're de-dollarizing out of the energy field. Okay? Because there's a new thing coming in. And that's why I keep telling everybody, when you see history is repeating itself, you have to listen to the history repeating.
Payments are entering a new era as the common language for payments worldwide shifts to ISO 20022. Early adopters are already seeing improvements, like an increase in interoperability between their systems, as well as enhanced operational capabilities. We expect to see even more benefits as momentum builds towards the community's 2025 deadline. But what does this change mean for you? And how might your organization be affected by the end of the coexistence period between MX and MT message types? ISO 20022 adoption impacts all banks, all over the world, not just large ones. If you're not ready by November 25, payment instructions sent in the old MT format may be rejected, or you could face business, operational, and compliance challenges. The benefits of ISO 20022 are clear. Interoperability with global payment systems, enhanced transparency, and seamless data flow through transactions. ISO 20022 adoption should span your whole business, not just operations and infrastructure. Mobilize your teams, assess impact, and plan your migration today. On Swift.com, you'll find all of the tools, learning materials, guidance, and support to help you take your first step on your adoption journey. We recommend you prioritize learning about payment flows, including customer credit and financial institution transfers. Have a look at Swift Smart and My Standards for step-by-step support from Swift. Don't forget that non-instruction messages like account statements and notifications are also part of the migration scope. While not tied to the November 2025 milestone, they'll need to transition too, and so should form part of your planning process right from the start. While preparing for ISO 20022 may seem challenging, you're not alone. Resources, training, and support are available to guide you every step of the way. Let's make the leap to ISO 20022. Upgrade your infrastructure, and together we can unlock the full potential of an instant and frictionless global payment ecosystem.
We need to be all into the show. All right, we need to help one another. We need to be one another's brother, true brother. You know, if nobody's telling you about this, if everybody's holding this, November 22nd, the biggest shift is happening. And we better keep our eyes open on it. Okay, because the biggest thing in history is happening. I'm putting everything out there thinking that I might be right, might be not. But you know what? I believe I'm right. I believe I'm right. And you know what? Speculation always turns into triumph sometimes. All right, but this is not speculation. This is actually when we're writing down the only possible path, and we're writing down a problem, something that's broken. This is broken. You're seeing where the dollar to gold was broken, and then they had locked up money. They had to figure out something to do with it. Okay, they couldn't leave it like that forever. Okay, I mean, bottom line is that we were printing more money at that time. Our power of our dollar was dropping at that time. We had to do something to save the dollar too. Okay, so in that way, what we did was we made a deal for everybody. We had to make it look like we were hurting, so you were hurting, and then all of a sudden we form a deal, everybody's better again. Hey, we are all hurting, but now we're all better. The same thing is happening, history is happening again, where the settlement of the dollar is not being used for the oil trade today. It's starting, you can use anything you want to, and that deal is now at like running probably at a 60%, versus the 100% we're talking about. And that is the shift that needs to be changed. That's the shift that's going to happen. That's the shift that's going to, I mean, that's now you're seeing that there's going to be, now we're saying, okay, they're taking our dollars. Now they're hurting the power, the strength of our spending power. So how do we stop that? Just like Nixon said in this, so the value of your dollar is the same as today as it was yesterday. So the value of your dollar is the same as today as it was yesterday. Think about what he's saying. Okay? He's preventing the spiral out of control devaluing of the power of your dollar. Donald Trump has been the number one contender of saying, hey, I don't want anything to happen to the power of your dollar. You can whatever you want with Donald Trump, but right now he is being debanked, and he was debanked. He's not being debanked, but he was debanked politically when he got into office and everything else. So you mark my words right now. It's an agenda for him. It's an agenda for Elon Musk. It's an agenda for Brad Garlinghouse. All of these people either threatened or debanked at one time or another, okay, want this movement. You should want this movement. Okay, because this movement, number one, you should understand this movement. Number two, I wish I could explain it better to you so you would understand. But if you are watching this, you need to continue to watch this over and over and over and over until it makes sense, until you understand where we're getting ready to go now. Because this is going to be full of stuff. Remember, 1973, the petrodollar was alive. By 74, all OPEC nations took it on. Okay, that puppy was running and thriving. Look at this. I mean, here it goes. Key shifts. Yes, the 50-year petrodollar pact is eroding fast. Oil experts are accepting non-USD payments, weakening the system's grip. If it's weakening, you think the United States of America is going to be okay with that weakening, with our dollar starting to get out, the non-USD payments? No, we're gonna say, you know what? We're gonna make a new system now. We're gonna be the crypto capital of the world. We're going to ban all CBDCs. We're going to ban debanking. We're going to write all these executive orders that banned everything, but yet they force you to use a hybrid system and multiple mesh of multi-chain chains on the ledger. But that one ledger is XRPL, people. XRPL. So today you're seeing where you're losing the USD settlement, but yet you're finding they're giving you a way out. They're like saying, okay, well, right now how we're going to prevent this is we're going to prevent this by shutting down the ability to de-dollarize, because guess what? You can de-dollarize in whatever you want to de-dollarize in or whatever you want to pay in. But at the end of the day, guess what's going to happen? You're still going to have to pay in this new system. And the finality on this system is going to be through the XRPL. And the XRPL, the gas token for it is, guess what? It's going to be XRP. This is XRP, and guess what? We're holding XRP as a strategic reserve. We're going to hold it as a strategic reserve now? Come on, people. This is the moment. The digital pivot from fiat to blockchain settlements. No more USDC. And see right here, it says all countries, they're testing digital currency, CBDCs. But you know what we did? We banned the CBDC. We banned it. We definitely banned it. I mean, look at this. SWIFT deadline confirms it. And the XRPL just means America was ahead the whole time, everybody. You know, the more I see everything lined out, the more it looked like the best actors in the world. Brad Garlinghouse is the best actor in the whole entire world, people, because he had me fooled. I'm going to tell you what. I am surprised. Best Actor award of the world goes to Brad Garlinghouse for possibly this. He might have just saved America's, you know what, for thousands of years to come. Brad Garlinghouse, Stu Aderati, they all deserve a dang clap, people, because they might have saved America's hiney forever. Okay, because you know what they say the first ledger was made out of wood, and it was from 1100 to 1650. That means it lasted 500 and something years. This is a digital form of something way more advanced than that. It's made to last thousands of years. That means that the XRP gas token of the world wealth, XRPL's finality settlement of everything. That XRP is the gas token of that. That is insane. We are seeing something that is insane. And look, we're already seeing where this has actually happened. The digital pace 2023 to 2025 digital money explosion. Enbridge, China, UAE, Thailand, HK settles real oil trades and CBDCs. Okay, look at all this. Even CBDCs, the finality, the settlements, everything's going to be on the XRPL. India, UAE, oil paid in rubles or rubies. XRP bridge on XRPL. Non-USD. Swift kills MT. November 22nd. Forces ISO 222 global. All right, BRICS, stablecoin, pilot, gold, plus local currencies, BRICS. China, CNY, 40 other countries, anti-USD. Okay? There's a shift. People are getting out of USD. Wake it up. They're moving it. They're moving that money. This is the 1973 shift into the crypto dollar of the world. The crypto dollar of the world is the gas token of the world. I can guarantee it. It's going to be XRP. It's the gas token of XRPL.
Digital payment system, and they use XRP. Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors? Former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany? Former business director at Swift? Former Swift board member? Former CFO of PayPal? Former head of the DTCC? Former chief business officer at Uber? Former VP of Amazon and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple.